Yes, sir. We knew it was going to be a tough game for 4 straight quarters, and it was a challenge the whole week to, find a way. And I'm proud of the way we responded to, some adversity, and we found a way to win. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters.
BJ, 5 straight 100-yard games for you, a Troy record. What's it like to be a part of this team and to go down in the history books, given the fact that you've had such a great season up till now?
Yes, sir. It's definitely a blessing, and it's really been, fun on this team because we started off week one, with some adversity, but we didn't get discouraged. We learned from it, and we're still trying to, put a happy ending to this season.
You mentioned learning. What do you hope the offense and the team itself can learn over the final 3 games of the regular season?
We're doing pretty good starting out, but we definitely can't, just die down as the game progresses. So we definitely have to find a way to, keep the gas on the pedal, and that's really what we're trying to find out.
I know you're getting a lot of recognition that you should for 5 straight 100-yard games, but what does Jabir Fry add to this rushing attack, and how do you two kind of complement each other in this rushing game?
Yes, sir. He has a lot to it, and people really don't see it, but at the same time, he's so electric. He can stretch the field as well, passing and rushing, and he's just so versatile. And when both of us on the field, then defenses really don't know as far as who's going to get it, and that's really how we complement each other.
For you guys, you're putting up around 23 points per game in the first half, but only around 10 in the second half. Is that more we get a big lead, okay, let's just kind of milk the clock and keep at it, or teams do something different on defense? What have you seen differently in this offense between first and second half?
We're not really sure yet, but it could have something to do with just not really focusing to detail, just like we were in the first half. So we're definitely trying to find a solution to that problem.
Damian had a breakout game, 10 catches, over 200 yards. What's it like as a running back to see a receiver thrive in this type of offense?
It's amazing, just to see that his hard work is not going to waste. And, people he doesn't get as much, credit as he should for blocking down the field, because he strung me out a couple times. And just to see him have a breakout game like that, it's amazing.
It's a big week for you guys going up against a team that loves to stop the run just like this defense does. What's it going to be like going up against Georgia Southern, a team that's going to try to slow you and Jabir down and make Sawyer have to make plays with his arm?
Yes, sir. Every week is a big week, really, and we know it's going to be a tough physical game, just like last week was. So we're going to take that into consideration this week, and hopefully we can just, prepare and get the job done.
How does your mindset as a running back change playing with a lead as opposed to playing while trailing?
You can't really let it, change the way you play, I guess, because at the end of the day, you can't turn the ball over. You have to move the ball, and if you don't do that, you'll find yourself in a situation that you really don't want to be in a situation you never thought you'd be in with a big lead. So you can't really let the score change the way you play.
Just talk about how big a win was that for the program heading into these last 3 games.
Every game that we win, that's our standard to win games here. So every game that we win here is a big win. Like you said, we're 5-0 in the Sun Belt play now. Going into next week, just give us a lot of motivation, getting prepared for this upcoming game.
Coach Brown talked about the attention to detail and that the eye discipline it takes going up against a team like Georgia Southern for what they do. In your position as a safety, how important is that, and what is your, what's the job for you out there running against, or going up against a triple option team?
The main thing is making sure everybody's lined up in on their right spots, making sure we're clogging all the gaps, making sure just everybody doing their particular job. So us communicating, getting guys lined up in the secondary will be key for us this week.
Defensively in this game, at halftime, you guys had a nice sizable lead, and they kind of came back and closed the gap on you in the second half, ULL. What have you noticed in, both halves of the defense? It seems like one half you're on, maybe the foot's off the gas in the second half. Has that been a theme? Is that something you've noticed? Is it something I'm just seeing?
Yeah, it's definitely something we've all been noticing defensively. It's just something we got to get fixed. I wouldn't say we get comfortable, but I just think we do a bad job right now with starting drives of the second half. We do a bad job, and that's something we just got to get fixed at practice.
Coach said that once before the season started, Damian Willis was one of the guys who worked hardest in camp. Going up against him, practicing wise, what have you noticed in him that kind of has led to his emergence?
And just competing every day, and just trying to be the best player he can be each and every day. Being a leader, leading others, and others following him, and just him doing everything in the right way.
We talked a week and a half ago. You talked about the comfort you've got with Sedarius back there. How you guys, comfortable with each other. You know what each other's going to be. What was it like last week when Kyler was, got the call and was back there? A little extra responsibility on you, watching out for him. How did that work?
Well, Kyle is obviously a smart guy. He's a very coachable guy, so he knows a lot. He's a smart guy, and he always just try to practice hard and be in the right places. I think he did a great job. He even got me lined up sometimes. I was kind of off this past game, but he even got me lined up this past week. So that's great for us moving forward.
I know I just asked you a second ago about what's your game plan going against a team that runs this style of offense, but how do you not get complacent in trying to stop the run where they hit you with a big 50, 60-yard pass?
It's all about discipline. Just having the discipline, being disciplined enough to follow your keys and just doing your assignment. Coach Vic calls a play, or just do your job, and we'll be successful.
Sawyer, another big win for this team. You stay undefeated in Sun Belt Conference play. Just can you put into words how big of a win this is heading into these last 3 games?
It's November. We want to win them all in November. If we win them all, we get to do what our team goal was at the end of the year in December. We get to play the Sun Belt Championship here and defend that Sun Belt title that we got last year. So it's always good to win in November.
On Saturday, we tried to anticipate. Was it really when Damian, they weren't able to cover him? He made the highlight reel catch where he went up and got one.
Yeah, Randy Moss did that thing. That was pretty cool.
Was it really just as simple as you looking over there saying, okay, they're trying to single cover him? All right, here you go.
I mean, it's kind of planned in. We prepared. If they were going to do that, we were going to throw the ball to Damian. We were going to throw the ball 15 and let him make some plays. And they tried to stop him, and I started throwing it to Trey, and Trey made some plays. And I think Daniel Crow came in and made some good plays. So we had a lot of guys coming to make good plays. And Damian really kind of set the tone for him. I think that first third and long, and after that we got rolling. So it was good.
Since we're talking about Damian, it seems like he's emerged since you've taken over at quarterback. What's your comfortability level with him, and how have you seen him grow with you, behind center?
He's always been good. I mean, we give him a chance to make plays, and he makes them. He's a really good receiver. Worked hard since he's been here, since he's ever been here, and really started working hard January. And you notice everybody on the team pretty much notices it. And how he's worked, none of this is surprising to anybody. I don't think how his preparation every week. It's just you know he's going to do good.
And as a quarterback, would you say he's now one of your favorite targets, the guy in the offense?
I mean, every wide receiver we got can make plays, but right now he's the one making plays and he's doing it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Saturday somebody else makes some plays. We got a lot of playmakers on this offense.
You're going up against the team this week that really loves to stop the run. How does that change your approach, or not saying it adds any pressure or anything on you to make plays with the arm, but how do you approach a team that's going to try to slow down the run first?
We haven't really got into preparing yet for them, but we're just going to do whatever Coach Reagan and Coach Brown want to do on offense, Coach Moore, and they're going to get me ready with the game plan. We're going to prepare, and I'm going to try to execute every play.
With the guys you have, you, BJ, and Jabir, do you guys think you can kind of mimic their offense maybe run a triple option style with the 3 of you guys?
Yeah, we're not too bad ourselves, I don't think. So we might be able to run it on them. I think we're gonna. Our O-line, man, they can block. It doesn't really matter who they put in front of them. We blocked Nebraska. We blocked everybody we play this year. So our O-line, if they keep doing what they're doing, we'll be fine.
Were you on the team the last trip? to?
Yes, I was. I went.
What do you remember from that game? I know it was heartbreaking, the chance to win the Sun Belt. What do you remember?
You know, I remember that last drive where we got it down there. We got it down there close to about probably the 15, I think. And I just remember those last few seconds. And I remember the Georgia Southern fan base just going crazy. And I remember how bad it was. All the seniors in the locker room. I just remember all that. Don't really remember the whole game, but I just know the locker room atmosphere after the game. Something you don't want to repeat.
BJ's really been coming on strong as of late. What have you noticed? I know kind of ask this every week, but he's now in the record books, 5 straight 100-yard plus games. What have you noticed as a quarterback that's kind of led to his continued progress?
I think you'll agree with me. It's O-line. The O-line, man. Coach Moore's gotten them ready every week. They're picking up. I think I got hit one time. It was probably my fault because I got sacked. It's probably on me. But man, they're picking up every blitz. They're picking up all the blocks, and that O-line, man, they're doing something right now.
As a guy who goes up against the secondary that you guys have, how big was it to see the performance of Kyler Knutson and then him getting with the scholarship after the game?
That's awesome. Kyler, he came here and I was backup guy in the spring, that first spring I came here, and he was a backup Y, so I threw to him a lot. And then after that spring, they moved him over to the defensive side of the ball, and he didn't say a word about it. I don't know if he wanted to do it. I don't know how that went down, but he worked hard every day, and he's one of the guys, man, that like off-season workouts 5 o'clock in the morning. He's not complaining. He's out there ready to go, foot on the line, ready to run. And his hard work he's put in, it's finally paid off. And I think everybody on this team, I wouldn't say we're more excited than he was when Coach Brown awarded him the scholarship, but we were about just as excited as he was.
Saturday obviously was a big game for you. First start, first interception, and of course the emotions afterwards of being awarded the scholarship. Now that Saturday has come and passed, can you put into words how big of a day that was for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was huge for me and my family. Obviously, coming to school as a walk-on, wanting to earn a scholarship for the last 3 years, just playing, not with only the scholarship in mind, but just the love of the game. And eventually, on Saturday, earning that scholarship was a really big deal for us.
So you mentioned at one point it was a goal of yours to land, to be on scholarship. How hard have you worked to reach this point? Did you ever think that, it was finally going to happen this year as opposed to maybe another time?
Yeah. Well, coming here as a receiver and then switching over to playing on defense, I definitely had to work a little harder because I didn't really know how to play defense or what playing a defensive back looked like, and so that looked like a lot of extra time in the weight room, doing drill work, and I didn't feel like it was coming at any particular moment. I was just if it happened, it happened, and I was ready for it to happen. But I was just going to work hard regardless.
How special of a moment was that for you?
It was huge, especially going out to see my mom, crying. Before I'd even told her, I thought she was crying just because it was emotional that I had a good game, and then I told her, and she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, they gave me a scholarship," and so that was just a really big deal. Really glad that I got to share that with my family.
When were you aware that you were going to get the start over Sedarius with him being scratched for the game Saturday?
I found out the night before when Coach Brown came around for room checks. He came in and he told me, he made a comment. He was like, "You ready for your first collegiate start?" And I was like, "I guess so."
A lot of people we've talked to, we've asked about you this week, just kind of, what it meant for the team, seeing that happen for you. And a lot of them talk about how you never complained any of the 3 years here. 5 a.m. workouts, you were one of the first ones out on the line, ready to go. What does that mean for you, having that respect from your teammates and them celebrating with you in the locker room after Saturday?
It's a pretty big deal to me just to be a walk-on, or a former walk-on now, I guess. It's kind of cool to say. It's just it's a big deal that that hard work doesn't go unnoticed by people that are on scholarship, that people are taking attention, like, hey, this guy's actually, he's not just here just to be on the team, he's in it to be a part of what we're doing here.
Can you give us an idea of the challenge that awaits Georgia Southern? I know the preparation hasn't started yet, but now looks like you're going to see a lot of snaps again against Georgia Southern, and all of the story of Kyler Knudsen and the scholarship and stuff. Now that that's over with, I mean, you're still expected to produce. It's going to be difficult on Saturday in Statesboro, do you imagine?
Yeah, I just want to prepare this week like I have every other week. I'm not expecting to play an absurd amount or a little amount. However much I play, that's how much I play. And I'll be fine with that. I'll be content with that, and I'll make the most of it. But, yeah, I think this week we'll have a good game plan. Coach Vic has always had a good game plan against Georgia Southern. I don't know how he does it. It's just experience, I guess. He's always just been a genius, and a lot of it goes to him. But we're just going to have to trust him and rely on what he has planned for us.
We talked with Delvin Tyus a second ago, and he kind of broke down what's expected out of the safety position against a triple option team. What exactly are the things you have to look for in that position on a team that runs the ball as much as they do?
So yeah, really, like our main goal is just to do our job, is what Coach Vic and Coach Brown harp on all the time with the triple option. It's really important that you stay focused on who you have and who you're supposed to take care of. So I think as long as each person does their job and isn't worried about where the ball goes, I think we'll be okay.
It seems like each week this team has gotten better and better, both on the offensive and defensive side of the football. And, you know, I guess what have you seen on the defensive side that has kind of maybe let the entire team elevate their play as the weeks have gone on?
I think it's just more confidence. I think as we have some new guys coming in that have been playing a lot, I think it's really important that they're now starting to really get a good grasp of what we're doing as a scheme, and they're doing a really good job of learning it and coming along, and we're just starting to gel really well as a unit.
JL, first off, big win for this program this past week. You stay undefeated in Sun Belt Conference play. Can you put into words how big of a win is that for this program heading into these last 3 games?
It was a big win for us because now we're in control of our own destiny. We have a chance if we win out, then we will be in the Sun Belt Conference Championship, and it'll be here at Troy, which is very exciting for us to have the inaugural Sun Belt Championship here at Troy.
For you guys, I think we spoke about last week how the final quarter of the season is going to be the toughest tests yet. You know, so I guess we checked the box on ULL, Georgia Southern this upcoming Saturday. What is it about the final stretch of the season that kind of either motivates this team or, I guess motivates this team?
Well, Coach Brown said at the beginning of the week before we played ULL, he said November separates the pretenders from the contenders. So everybody's still working just as hard, if not harder, as they were earlier in the season, because they know that now we're in position, if we keep going 1-0 every week, that we're in the position to win the conference championship.
You're going up against a team on defense who's a little different schematically, but does like to do the same things this defense does, slowing down the run. As an offensive lineman, going up against this defense week in and week out at practice, how has that prepared y'all to go up against a Georgia Southern style defense?
You're saying going against our defense at practice?
Yes.
Or okay. Well, our defense does a lot of good things. As you know, our defense is, if not the top of the conference, it's one of the best defenses in the conference. So going back to spring and doing fall camp and going against them every day at practice, and not only do they do so many things on defense that prepares us that for every team that we play in our conference, and we have really good players on defense. So going against those guys every day just makes you a better player.
5 straight 100-yard games for B.J. Smith on the ground. He gives, of course, all the credit to you guys up front. How much, I guess, I'm trying to think of the word, but how much do you guys put an emphasis on that to make sure he gets as close to 100 or over 100, or do y'all even talk about that before a game or anything like that?
We don't talk about him getting over 100 yards every game. We just know that he's going to run hard and for us to make our blocks. But he gives a lot of credit to us, but he definitely just takes some of the credit for himself, because even if there's not that big of a hole, he always hits it hard, runs hard. And you have to also give credit to our receivers and quarterbacks who've been throwing and catching the ball really well. And that opens up, that brings the safeties and have to respect our pass game. So that opens up the run game for us, which is so it's actually a team effort for him to get that 100 yards for 5 consecutive games. But he's definitely been doing a great job for us.
You mentioned team effort, and this team probably could be a lot better if everyone was healthier. Can you just talk about the role of other players having to step up if someone goes down, and how tough it's been to battle through these injuries and be where you guys are?
Well, it's next man up. We put an emphasis on that, and everybody at practice, if they know if it's only one play away. Everybody's only one play away for you becoming a starter or you having to go into the game and take control. So I believe that even the people who are not starting, who've had to step up and had to start, those people have been working so hard during the spring and fall that it gives themselves the opportunities and the chances to play like they have been playing, which gives us opportunities to win the game.
I remember part of the question, how much pride do you guys take on that offensive line when BJ hits over 100 or, you're rushing for 300-400 yards a game?
Oh, well, I wouldn't know it's so much pride as we just get excited for each other. We know it's a group effort because all 5 of us have to play together. Because if 4 of us do our jobs and one guy messes up, the play doesn't result in the gain that we want it to. But I know in the locker room after we found out that BJ had 100 yards, it was the entire offensive line just went over there and congratulated him, and we're very excited for him and what he's been able to do for us.
Speaking of locker room celebration, what was it like in there after the game with Kyler receiving his scholarship after his performance on Saturday?
Oh, that was awesome. No one expected it. It was totally unexpected. Coach Brown did he did a great job. He earned it. He earned that scholarship. He's been busting his tail every day at practice, and he's just a hard worker, and he's been through it all, and he put himself in position to get that opportunity and to earn that scholarship.